I am so happy to be spending a whole month here in Danang, Vietnam. Vietnamese is one of my favorite cuisines, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you some of my all-time favorite Vietnamese breakfasts. Nothing says Vietnamese food quite like a banh mi. A banh mi is a small baguette filled with savory items such as pork, eggs, and pate, and then topped with things like fresh coriander leaves, grated carrot, cucumber, fresh chilies, and chili sauce. There are banh mi carts all over Danang, and everybody has their favorite, but I like to try different ones. Some have better bread, some have better filling, but they're all delicious and all very affordable. This morning I'm having one filled with omelet, veggies, and chili sauce, and this only cost me 84 cents. I've tried banh mi's in other countries like in the US and Thailand and other places, but they just can't get it right. They can't get the bread right. You're not going to get this bread anywhere but Vietnam. The baguette was introduced to Vietnam by the French in the 1800s. But here they use a combination of wheat and rice flours. The rice flour gives it this incredibly crispy crust, while it remains tender on the inside. Listen to that, how crisp. I'm amazed at how crispy these breads can stay out in this humid air. Do you know, these are so delicious. I don't really even need the fillings. I can eat one of these with a cup of coffee all on its own. Delicious. Mi Quảng is a noodle bowl that originated here in central Vietnam. Mi Quảng is traditionally served at family gatherings and death anniversaries, and it has a significantly different flavor profile than that of pho. Mi Quảng comes with only a small amount of broth, but it is super infused with turmeric and very flavorful. Oh, delicious. It also comes with your choice of proteins. You can get a single protein or a combination. I have pork, shrimp, and egg in mine. And it also comes with this wonderful sesame cracker, which is super crispy and delicious. All this in one bowl. This dish is super tasty and very satisfying. The noodles in Mi Quảng are different than the pho noodles. This is a wider, I think it's still a rice noodle, and it's very al dente, and it's delicious. I absolutely love it that all the noodle bowls and soups here in Vietnam come with a plate of fresh herbs. There's things like basil, mint, coriander, lettuce, shaved lemongrass, and a couple of things, a couple of greens. I don't even know what they are, but they're delicious, and I like mixing them in with my soup. This morning I'm having one of my most favorite breakfasts of all times. I discovered Congee, or rice porridge, in Thailand, and I get it anywhere it's on offer, and I'm having it here in Danang this morning. I'm having clam congee. It is super delicious. I think it's one of the best ones I've ever had, and you can sprinkle things on top like spring onions and chopped cilantro, and they've got dried garlic in oil, and they've got a wonderful chili sauce over here. I have to add a little bit of all of it. It is super delicious. This bowl is absolutely loaded with clams. I love clams, and clam congee definitely going to be a favorite of mine from now on. So this morning I'm having steak and eggs for breakfast, Vietnamese style. And I had something similar to this in Cambodia, But this looks completely different than that dish. They're both served in this cool little cast iron skillet shaped like a cow. And I've got steak and 2 different kinds of sausages, 3 eggs, rice ball, and it comes with some greens and a baguette. I'm really looking forward to trying this out. Just as I suspected, this is absolutely delicious. I thought this was just going to be a steak and eggs, but there's a wide variety of things going on in this dish. The sauce is a tiny bit sweet, a little bit spicy. The eggs are perfect. I think they put them in here raw and the skillet is so hot it cooks them as it sits here. This sausage is the Vietnamese pepper sausage. It's delicious. Now I'm going to try the steak. Tender, delicious. As long as I'm talking about Vietnamese breakfast items, I can't forget about the coffee. The coffee here is roasted dark, brewed strong, and has wonderful chocolatey undertones. Delicious. Most of the coffee in Vietnam is Robusta rather than Arabica, which makes up about 70% of the coffee grown worldwide. Vietnam is the 2nd largest coffee producer in the world, right behind Brazil, and the leading producer of Robusta. Robusta has more caffeine, less natural sugars, and more antioxidants. The coffee here in Vietnam is brewed with one of these handy little drip filters called a Phin. I carry one of these with me everywhere I go now. To brew, you simply add the coffee and a little bit of water. Wait a couple of minutes for the water to saturate the grounds, and then fill to the top with water and wait for the drip to finish. And then if you whisk it up, it really makes the flavor come alive. The coffee culture here in Danang is huge. There are several fancy coffee shops in every neighborhood, and there's also a lot of these great little local places where you can get a really great cup of coffee for 50 cents. I always order the Cafe Den, which is just black coffee. And it is really strong, Robusta coffee. And it's actually so strong here that they always serve the coffee with a glass of herbal tea. So you drink your coffee, then you chase it with the herbal tea, just so you don't upset your stomach. It's hard to explain how good this coffee is. Right across and around the corner from my hotel is this great little local place. I come here every morning and start my day with one of these. There's a place here on the beach called Caribou Coffee, and they make one of my all-time favorites. It's a coconut milk ice blended coffee, and of course they use those wonderful Robusta beans. And what a great place to have a coffee in, right here on the surface of the sun. Actually, I'm on the beach, but it's really hot this morning. I'm going to put links to where I ate all this great food down in the description box so you can easily find it. And if you're wondering what else there is to do in Danang besides eat breakfast, please check out our Guide to Danang video. And if you like this video, please give us a like, comment, and subscribe, because there is so much more to come.